In a quiet countryside town, there stood a grand estate known as Hawthorne Manor, once the pride of its owner, Richard Blackwood, a wealthy but cold-hearted man who ruled his home with an iron fist. Inside those towering walls lived his daughter, Emily, a frail 5-year-old girl with wide eyes and a heart full of hope that never seemed to fade. Every day before dawn, Emily was forced to clean every inch of the mansion, from the marble floors to the dusty chandeliers. Her small hands trembled under the weight of the broom, her body weakened by fever and hunger. She coughed constantly, her breath shallow, yet she never stopped working. Richard would stand at the top of the stairs, arms crossed, watching her with no warmth in his gaze. The only moments of peace she found were when she looked out the window and saw Snowball, Richard's prized white horse, grazing outside. Snowball often paused to look back at her through the glass, as if sensing her pain. One stormy night, Emily collapsed from exhaustion and fever. She lay unconscious on the cold floor, while rain lashed against the windows. Outside, Snowball watched everything unfold. Something inside him stirred, a deep instinct or perhaps something more, and he knew he had to act. What happened next would change Emily's life forever. If you're moved by this story and want to see how courage and compassion can overcome cruelty, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon, so you never miss a story like this one. And if you're already feeling for Emily and Snowball, leave a comment below. Let us know where you're watching from and what you think will happen next. Now, let's return to our story. Emily woke up shivering, her head throbbing, her throat raw with each breath. The storm raged outside, thunder rolling like distant drums. She tried to sit up, but her limbs felt heavy, her vision blurred. Through the dark hallway, she could hear footsteps, Richard's boots echoing like a countdown to punishment. Then came a sound that made her heart flutter, a soft whinny from outside. She turned her head slowly toward the window. There was Snowball, standing tall and proud, shaking water from his coat. His eyes met hers through the rain-streaked glass, and for the first time in days, she felt something stir inside her chest. Not fear, not sadness, but comfort. Upstairs, Richard paced in his office, muttering about how weak Emily had become. "She needs discipline," he said aloud, though no one listened. He poured himself another drink and stared out the window, unaware of what was about to unfold. Downstairs, Snowball pawed at the ground, then suddenly reared up, letting out a loud, defiant cry. He charged toward the house, slamming into the side wall with all his might. The impact echoed to the halls like thunder, making Emily flinch. She heard shouting upstairs, doors slamming, footsteps rushing. Outside, Snowball didn't stop. Again and again he struck the wall, as if trying to break through to her. The stable boy, Tommy, ran out, shouting, "Snowball, what are you doing?" But Snowball wouldn't be calmed. He kept pounding the wall, over and over, until finally cracks formed in the stone. Inside, Richard stormed downstairs, furious. "Get that animal away from my house," he bellowed. But just as he reached the door, another sound cut through the chaos. Sirens. Red and blue lights flashed through the rain-soaked night. Police cars and a child services van pulled up at the gates of Hawthorne Manor. Tommy, panting, approached Richard. "They're here for Emily," he said quietly. Richard froze. Upstairs, Emily was still lying on the floor, too weak to move. But she smiled faintly as she heard Snowball whinny again, softer now, almost triumphant. Two women entered the manor, Ms. Carter, a social worker, and Dr. Hart, a local doctor. They took one look at Emily and immediately called for help. Ms. Carter spoke firmly to Richard. "We've received multiple reports about your treatment of your daughter. You're not allowed near her anymore." Richard's face twisted in rage. "This is none of your business." But Dr. Hart stepped forward. "It became our business the moment you refused to care for her. She has pneumonia, malnutrition, and signs of physical abuse. She needs medical attention now." Emily was carried out carefully, wrapped in blankets. As she passed Snowball, the horse gently nuzzled her hand, his eyes filled with something almost human, relief. Over the following weeks, Emily stayed with Dr. Hart and his daughter, Claire, in their cozy yellow house on the edge of town. Snowball remained nearby, always close to the window where Emily slept. He refused to go far, even when offered fresh hay and warm shelter. Dr. Hart examined Emily daily, giving her medicine and care she'd never known. Claire read to her, played with her, and tucked her in at night. For the first time, Emily learned what it meant to be loved. And Snowball, he never left her side. One morning, as sunlight streamed through the curtains, Emily sat up in bed, her cheeks regaining color. She looked out the window and saw Snowball grazing peacefully in the yard. She reached out her hand, and he responded instantly, pressing his nose against the glass. Claire walked in with breakfast, a warm bowl of oatmeal and a glass of orange juice. "Good morning, sleepyhead," she smiled. "You're getting stronger every day." Emily nodded, but her eyes never left Snowball. "Can he stay?" she asked softly. "Of course," Claire replied. "He's chosen to be your guardian." Weeks passed, and Emily continued to heal. Meanwhile, news spread through town about Richard's arrest. Evidence had been uncovered. Photos, testimony from former staff, even a hidden diary belonging to Emily's mother, Lena, who had died years earlier after being denied medical care. Ms. Carter brought the news to Emily one sunny afternoon. "Your father is going to court," she explained gently. "And thanks to Lena's will, you're now the legal heir to half of his estate." Emily blinked, unsure what that meant. All she knew was that she was safe now, with people who cared. Later that week, a surprise arrived at the Yellow House, boxes of old photos and journals belonging to Lena. One photo showed a young woman with bright eyes and a gentle smile, the spitting image of Emily. Another showed her working in a hospital alongside Dr. Hart, both smiling proudly. She was a nurse, Dr. Hart told Emily. A brilliant one. She saved many lives, and now, somehow, she sent Snowball to save you. Emily hugged the photo to her chest, tears slipping down her cheeks. Meanwhile, plans began for the future of Hawthorne Manor. With Richard gone and the property seized, Miss Carr proposed turning it into a home for children in need, named Lena House, in honor of Emily's mother. Emily helped paint the rooms, plant flowers, and welcome new horses for therapy sessions. Snowball, now officially hers, guided the children, offering them comfort with his calm presence. On the day Lena House opened, the sky was clear, the air filled with laughter and joy. Children ran to the garden, chasing butterflies, while parents and caregivers shared stories of hope. Emily stood beside Snowball, watching it all unfold. She smiled, knowing this place had once been a prison, but now it was a sanctuary. As the sun dipped behind the hills, painting the sky in gold and pink, a rainbow appeared above Lena House, vibrant, perfect, as if nature itself was blessing the moment. Claire wrapped an arm around Emily's shoulders. "Your mom would be so proud of you." Emily nodded, whispering into the wind, "Thank you, Mommy." And somewhere, high above the clouds, Lena smiled. Moral lesson: love, compassion, and courage can come from the most unexpected places, even from a horse named Snowball. No matter how dark the night, there's always hope waiting just beyond the horizon.